Are you a European coming to the US for the first time? Do you want a little slice of home? Well, might I suggest visiting Massachusetts, perhaps the most European feeling US state, with almost the same population density as the United Kingdom and some of the country's oldest European founded cities. Massachusetts commonly ranks as one of the best places to live in the country, with a strong economy and quality of life. But it also has more interesting geography than you might have previously thought. So here's the geography of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts explained in under 3 minutes. Are you ready? Here we go. The first thing you should understand about Massachusetts is that it's divided into two main geographic regions: the flat Atlantic coastal plain in the east and the long ridges of the Appalachian Mountains in the west. It's because of the coastal plain that Massachusetts is the economic and cultural capital of New England, with about half of the region's population and more than half of its economic activity, which, if you zoom in, is even further concentrated in and around the state capital, Boston. The Boston metro area, which extends north into New Hampshire, is the 11th largest in the US with over 5 million people and has over half of all massholes and almost half of all New Hampshireites. It stretches from Nashua in the north to Cape Cod in the south and to the second largest city in Massachusetts, Worcester, in the west. And even that doesn't include southeastern Massachusetts, which is the second most populous metro area of the state, centered around Providence, Rhode Island, including the city of New Bedford on the state's south coast, the most Portuguese city in the United States. Also, if you commented about my mispronunciation of Worcester, thank you for the engagement. Now, all that is only in the eastern half of the state, and if you're wondering why Massachusetts is split into two distinct halves, well, for that, we're going to have to go all the way back to the end of the last ice age more than 10,000 years ago. Back then, what is now the American Northeast was covered in thousands and thousands of feet of ice, which scraped huge amounts of rocks and sediment forward to the edge of the glacier, forming long ridges called terminal moraines that now make up the peninsulas and islands stretching from Long Island to the swirly Cape Cod Peninsula in the east, including the two largest islands in Massachusetts, Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket. These moraines not only support major population centers, but also protect the harbors of the American Northeast from dangerous Atlantic storms, with Cape Cod specifically protecting Boston Harbor, a huge reason why Boston was such a valuable port in the early United States. Heading west out of the Boston area and into the state's interior, though, Massachusetts gets more and more rural the further west you go. The next large population center you'll find west of Worcester is the valley around the Connecticut River, which is the most important river in all of New England. Heading down from the north before emptying out into Long Island Sound, it forms the most productive waterway of the entire region. In total, about 700,000 of Massachusetts' people live here, including the state's third largest city, Springfield. But west of here, it gets sparse fast. The mountains of western Massachusetts, known broadly as the Berkshires, are home to only about 125,000 people, but nonetheless are a popular vacation destination for people from both Boston and New York City, and is also where the state's highest point, the 3,500-foot Mount Greylock, can be found. With a median income of almost $100,000 a year, Massachusetts commonly ranks as the richest state in the United States, thanks in large part to its large medical, tech, and education sectors, with many of the nation's best universities, like Boston College, being headquartered here. Massholes, let me know how I did in the comments. Everybody else, let me know where you think we should go next. Thanks so much for watching. Follow for more.